Hey guys, Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Just wanted to do a video on changing over the bar and chain on a Makita 36 volt chainsaw. Now, most chainsaws are pretty simple on how to change over these bar and chains, but the Makita, of course, is no exception there. But one thing with this Makita is it can be a little tricky with how Makita has this set up. I'm really not a fan of how they use this bar tensioner or the chain tensioner here. It's definitely a little tricky to use. I've had a few DeWalt chainsaws in the past, and I definitely think DeWalt's got a better system for this. But anyways, let's jump in here. This is a Craftsman bar and chain that went on sale, or I think it was clearance actually at Lowe's, down to like 10 bucks, and I picked up like 5 of them. Now this Makita chainsaw, I think it comes with, I think like a 14 or 16 inch bar and chain as a standard. But I was cutting some stumps down to as low as I could get them, and the 18 inch bar and chain is absolutely fantastic. So first thing before you start, make sure you got your batteries out. Of course, safety first. You don't want this thing turning on, even on an accident. I know it's got a nice safety on here. Make sure you keep yourself safe. And before you begin to, make sure you got a work area that you can easily clean back up. Just this table here, I can easily vacuum up, it's no problem. And also, check out a nice soft bristled brush as well too. Because we're gonna clean out some of the inside as well. So let's pop this thing open and let's get started here. So of course the Makita, it's got this interesting thing here. I'm not exactly sure I understand exactly what this works on. Why they couldn't just design a regular lever here that I could just spin, but I gotta open this up first. But, well, it works. All right, so I like to unspin that first. Then I normally will change the chainsaw like this up top so I can work up there a little bit easier. And I'm gonna pull this off. Of course, there's gonna be a bunch of junk in here, and you'll always have some junk around there, so just gonna brush some of this off, clean some of that out here quick before I pull the chain off. And now I can pull the chain off with relative ease like that. And this bar and chain here is of course still good. I'm just gonna store that. I've got a nice little drawer in one of my tool chests where I keep all my bar and chain, pretty much dedicated to just my chainsaw parts. Now on the Makita saw here, of course you want to clean out as much as you can here. Super easy to do with a brush. But right up here is where the oiler system is. And you want to make sure you get that as clean as possible. Make sure you get some nice oil to this saw. So of course, any chainsaw, you want to make sure it has adequate oil. It's not only used for lubrication, but also for cooling as well. So the cooler you can get that bar and chain, the longer it's going to last as well. So just getting this cleaned out quick. And I'm doing this all at real time here. It's super fast to do. Not something that takes too long here. And of course, having a brush here makes it go really fast. You can also blow this out too, but I find when you blow it out, you don't really get everything out. It leaves a lot of stuff behind, and I'll normally just grab a vacuum, just in the battery area as well too, and that's pretty easy. All right, so there we go, that's pretty clean. Of course, it's gonna get dirty the second I use it again, so I'm not really too particular about how clean it gets. So here's the stock size from Makita. I picked up the Oregon bar and chain. These come in kits on Amazon. I think they're like 15, 20 bucks shipped. And then it's like 20 bucks. You can get like a 3-pack of extra chains. So pretty cheap here to run these saws. I'm always on the lookout for cheap chainsaws and blades. I've never seen a real huge difference in any of these. But I like to stick, to the better brands that I can find. So pretty much the same way that I took this off, I'm gonna put this back on. So I'm gonna put that right back on there. And I wanna definitely make sure that this is staying on as best as it can, as well as I want this bar to be pulled up as far as possible. So now what I'm gonna do is that I'm changing to a new bar. I'm gonna check out, this is your chain tensioner here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just place this on, and if you can see as I'm placing that on, notice how the pin here is farther forward because I have a different bar now. So this bar needs to be adjusted for the pin to go farther back. So I am just going to do on the chain tensioner, I'm gonna go to the minus arrow. I'm gonna just hit that back a bit until it gets there. I'm not really a huge fan of this. It's just, I can just barely get my thumb on there, and that's about it. When you're wearing gloves, this is like impossible to use. Now, a trick I have here for this is I like to just get this started on that set screw there. So there we go. I'm just started there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold this down with my left hand. I'm going to take the bar with my right hand and pull a little bit. So I'm going to set this to my chain tension. So I'm just going to the plus, and now this is going to get pretty tight pretty quick here. There's only so much tension you can put on with just one finger pushing on this. All right, there we go. I got some tension going. So I'm going to tighten this down a little bit more, and then I'm going to tighten this down. This is where it's going to take some effort here, but what you want to do is for optimal tension, you want to have it when you just pick it up, that it just barely comes off. You can feel the tension in that. It's not sloppy. It's not coming off the bar there. Just a bit of tension. You want it, of course, you don't want it too tight, or you can break that chain. But I've got just enough tension on there that it's just there. Of course, not too loose, not too tight. And this is a brand new chain on here. So remember, when you have a brand new chain, you're going to use it for maybe 2-3 times. And then you're going to want to come back here, loosen this back up a little bit, and tighten that chain again. When you use a new chain, it kind of gets a nice break. It breaks in a little bit. All those little bearings will loosen up a little bit, and you have quite a bit of slop in a chain as well. So that's about it, guys. Yeah, I can just vacuum this up now, and I am good to go. That is all it takes to install a new bar and chain on the Makita 36-volt chainsaw. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and leave a comment below. Thanks again.